Hey, this is Doug Field, along with my co-host Ron Bachman, and welcome back to the segment of Healthcare Consumerism Radio. And we're going to get into a discussion around e-commerce and consumer-driven benefits, and that discussion is going to be led by Chris Hill, CEO of Spotlite. Chris, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, nice to have you with us. How's Chicago today?
A little cold and rainy.
Is it really?
Winter's coming early.
In a couple of weeks.
Winter's coming early to the north.
Well, Chris, nice to have you here. And I know this is one of your second ventures in this space. You launched PerkSpot several years ago, and now you're involved with Spotlite. Tell our audience a little bit about Spotlite.
Sure. So Spotlite's a technology company, and our focus is really on making employee benefits simple. We want to make a great experience for employers and employees alike. So, we have been focused on helping employers move benefits off of traditional enterprise systems and paper, push those into the cloud and really take advantage of contemporary technologies and processes. And then for the employee, we really want to make benefits a great experience. We want to give them the tools that they need to make educated benefits decisions. And as we all know, the benefits package is quickly evolving, and we're really geared to help our primary constituents keep up with that evolution.
Now, are you just around voluntary or around the complete benefit experience?
We are the entire benefits package. Okay. So, soup to nuts, from the major medical plan into the voluntary products. And we really view that as a singular experience, and think that putting it all together is absolutely critical to success. Now
you're not an exchange, are you, or are you?
We will support an exchange. We're not in the market with our own proprietary private exchange. We'll support broker exchanges, carrier exchanges with our technology.
You will. Okay, excellent. Where do you see the market going over the next 3 years? I was talking on the first segment about PwC's recent survey that research report just came out, talking about 32+% of employers strong consideration to move to an exchange environment over the next 3 years, which is a big number, and some people are more aggressive than that. Where do you see the market going?
Yeah, I think that a key word there when you talk about the PwC report is 32% considering an exchange. Exchanges are fantastic, and they solve problems. They don't solve everybody's problems, and I think that you're seeing the exchanges will continue to grow. But right now, I think exchanges are winning the PR battles. Lots of people are talking about them. And depending on the size of the group, that exchange only it doesn't solve all your problems. So when we talk about the kind of next 3 years, I think we'll continue to see learnings on exchanges. We'll see employers continue to explore them. But when it gets to your call it your couple hundred plus, 1,000 plus, self-insured groups, I'm not sure they see the advantage of moving to a true exchange quite yet.
Okay. I think you could be right. One thing that we do see, and I know you're indicating it here too, and I'd like you to talk about it, is that the growth of full replacement programs. Regardless of whether in the exchange environment, the growth of HSA and full replacement programs, and within those programs, really the explosion of the voluntary benefits portfolio. And you see the same thing, I believe, correct?
Absolutely, positively.
One of the original consumerism products, voluntary benefits, right? Worksite benefits, going back many, many years.
Yeah, it's been an interesting history when you look at those products, and the way that they've grown and evolved, and Aflac being a big pioneer of those products, and really kind of distributing those to small businesses, and distributing via meetings and paper, and over time those products have grown and evolved. A lot of new players in the space, a lot of folks just trying to innovate on those products, and I think those products finding a pretty important role. When we talk about the consumerization of benefits, when we talk about high deductible health plans, it's really become their time to shine. And when you look at year-over-year growth rates for some of those supplemental health products, it's pretty astounding, given that we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar market.
Yeah, I mean, these full replacement, high deductible plans, and whether in exchange or outside exchange, I mean, voluntary is there to provide gap coverage and lifestyle benefit coverage, and its time has really arrived. I mean, that's what as consumers become more educated through solutions like yours and have accessibility, I think we're going to see it just makes sense that it's going to continue to grow.
Yep, I think you're spot on.
Are you a cloud-based solution, Chris?
We are. We are. We want lots of advantages to being in the cloud. Both public and private.
Mm-hmm.
To be very careful with that data. We're certainly keep that secure, and some of the public cloud. There's some education. Public education as to how and why. It's both in the benefits space and outside. But yeah, cloud-based. Lots of reasons for us to do that. Accessibility. You've seen a lot of employers, and the kind of darling of the cloud enterprise space is Workday. They're providing a much broader HR solution, but a lot of large employers. I think there was probably a year or two ago, CIO Magazine did a survey of CIOs, CTOs in the Fortune, it's either 500 or 1,000, and something like 80% of those folks said that they would be changing out their HR systems in the next 4 years. And it's really because you're seeing in enterprise software a move from these on-premise solutions, going and installing the latest version of PeopleSoft, to leverage the functionality of the cloud. And, Workday has been very well received in the public markets, and I think you'll see that trickle down from kind of the broad ERP perspective into the, things like benefits, which is obviously near and dear to our heart.
Chris, Ron Bachman here. I'd like to get a little bit better understanding. It's entrepreneurs like you and your organizations that are leading edge, that are finding what does the consumer want, what do the businesses want, and creating new technologies and using new approaches. The cloud-based technology, talk about that a little bit more for some of our listeners out there, whether they're individuals or companies or benefit managers, et cetera. We hear a lot about the privacy and security concerns about cloud-based. Some of the things that have occurred lately where some of the information has not been as secure. But tell us about that. Why do you think the cloud-based technology is as secure, if not more secure, than if you're keeping everything in-house?
Yeah, we're quickly going to get outside of my expertise. I could have my CTO, CIO hop on a call and talk all about this. We every carrier, every broker, every employer, should go through a very rigorous testing of security and make sure that the provider that you are selecting is following the protocol that's necessary to protect that information. And I think that what you've seen from some of the breaches that have happened in the past is, probably folks who treated security as less important. I don't think we've seen any in the employer space or in the in the benefit space. But when you look out at some of the more consumer-facing, breaches. I think I can remember, LinkedIn had a breach a couple of years ago, and they didn't follow some of the basic things that you would do to secure passwords and account information. And our engineers got a little laugh out of it when they saw some of the protocols that were being followed, and ours was more secure. The standards we followed were 2 to the 800th power more secure than what theirs were. So, cloud is secure. Cloud is the future. Cloud's here to stay, but you can't take security lightly.
Talk about some of your products out there. You've got Spotlite Choice and the Spotlite Central. One of the key issues in this whole marketplace, and I think the soft underbelly of consumerism, is education, health literacy, use whatever term you want to get people involved and engaged. Talk about those products and what they do for the consumer.
Yeah, that is something that we are really passionate about, is really that literacy and that education. And, our flagship product and what we really entered the market with, 2+ years ago is Spotlite Choice. And Spotlight Choice is, really it's a solution built for the employee. It's an e-commerce approach to benefits. You look at the marketplace, and some of the entrenched players in the big enterprise software space, and even a lot of the large employers in the benefits space, is that a lot of the systems that were out there, they're built for HR. They were built to connect insurance carriers with HR departments and give benefits managers the functionality they needed to manage benefits accounts for their employees. And when you think about the evolution of benefits, when you think about when a lot of these systems were built, which is 10 plus years ago, there was no real need for choice for the consumer. Benefits were one size fits all. Do you want that major medical plan with the $250 deductible? Yes or no? Maybe you chose an HMO or a PPO. It was very simple binary decisions. But we all know that that's not the world today, and so this is something that we built, saying, hey, you know what? The employee deserves better. The consumer deserves better. They're paying for a heck of a lot more of their benefits than they were 10 years ago. So if you employer, you carrier, you broker are going to put more kind of burden on that employee, well, let's give them the tools to make the right decisions, because a bad decision can be catastrophic in a lot of instances. So that's really our Spotlight Choice product. We get a little passionate about that. It's a long description for one of our products, but it's something that we strongly believe in. And so we solve for the employee first. We said we're going to build beautiful software. We introduced our Spotlight Choice product. And then we solve for the HR administrator. Now, the HR administrator, we love them, and we've also created really an innovative approach to managing benefits, and really managing benefits in an environment where the employee comes first. They're footing a big part of the bill. And so, we want to treat those employees as adults, probably give employees some of the power that they may not have traditionally had. It's something as simple as initiating a life event. And so we're allowing the employees to do that, but still giving control to the HR administrator via our central product.
Chris, we've got about a minute to go, and I want you to be able to give the audience a couple takeaways and then how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess a couple of key takeaways is, we've seen benefits costs moving to the employee. Employees are paying for more. They need the tools to make educated benefits decisions. So something that we feel passionate about. You see a lot of innovation on the product side. Don't forget about the communication, wrapping communication with enrollment, and really giving a one-stop shop for benefits to the employees. As far as getting in touch with us, I'd recommend folks go to Spotlite.com. That's Spotlite.com. Take a look at our products. Tool around. Let us know if you have questions. You can reach out via contact form on our website, or you can shoot us an email at hello@Spotlite.com.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us. And if you have some time, come out and join us at IHC Forum West in November. We'd love to have you out with us.
Will do. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
Thanks. You have a great weekend. To our audience, again, if you haven't checked out IHC Forum West, go to our website, ihcforum.com, and those dates again are November 10th through 12th. Stay tuned for our next segment of Healthcare Consumerism Radio.